So it's really been quite some time since I had to do a video such as this talking about the channel and what direction I want to go in, but I'm doing this one today because the two games that we currently cover on the channel, Marvel Future Revolution and Marvel's Avengers, there's really not a lot of content to cover in them at all, and I do enjoy making videos and I enjoy making guides as well. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to continue to cover Marvel games on this channel. I'm going to continue to focus on the guide and theory crafting aspect side of things. That's what I enjoy, and I believe that's what most of you actually subscribe to the channel for. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the games I cover. I'm going to cover games outside of Marvel games as well. We've actually got some pretty amazing games coming this year. So what I'm going to do in this video is run over the games. There are 12 in total. Not all of them are coming out this year, but there's 12 games in total that have most definitely caught my interest. I'm going to show you a quick gameplay clip of them. I'm going to talk roughly about what the game's about, and I'm going to talk about the type of content I'll be looking to make for that particular game. So let's dive in. Let's quickly talk about the existing games that I'm actually covering at the moment. So we'll start off first here with Marvel's Avengers. I done a video on this around about a month or so ago, talking about how I'm no longer financially supporting the game, so that means I'm not buying any skins or anything like that, and I won't do any videos promoting skins. But what I will do, should we be lucky enough to get new heroes in the game, we may get She-Hulk and Yelena Belova at some point, hopefully. If they do actually come out, then I will look to do some build guide videos for them, and I'll look to do infographics of their gear sets as well. But outside of that, there's really not a lot that you can actually cover for Marvel's Avengers at the moment that isn't costumes, I should actually say. So yeah, that's what videos you can expect for that going forward. Let's check out the next game that I'm actively covering at the moment. Next up we have Marvel Future Revolution, again that looked to have a really bright future, but it's dropped off exceptionally badly, largely due to the fact there's only been one new hero, and that is Magic in 9 months, which is absolutely crazy. I thought the heroes would be coming thick and fast, but that's not been the case at all. We have been told we will get another hero before the second half of the year. Hopefully it'll be Scarlet Witch, and if she does come out, then rest assured I will look to do some build guide videos and a beginner's guide for her as well. But outside of that, there's really not a lot you can cover for this game at the moment, unfortunately. So we now move into the new games that I will be covering on the channel. Now when I show these off, they'll be in the rough order that they are due to actually release. First one that I'm really excited for and is out on the 24th of this month, so it's just over a week. It's Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which is the next instalment in the Borderlands series. So this particular game, what's really attracted me to it is Borderlands is fantastic in the first instance, but in this new one it's got an RPG style setting, so they're going to go a lot heavier into the builds and the role playing aspect of it. One thing I heard recently that really got me intrigued is they're doing a system similar to Titan Quest, where you can take two different character classes and actually merge them into one, so that sounds like a lot of fun. In regards to content for this particular game, I'll be looking to do a lot of streams on it while I'm actually leveling up the characters and leveling the game, and then once we've done that and I'm more comfortable with the game, I'll be looking to do a lot of build videos as well. We actually jump back to Marvel here for the next game. This is Marvel's Midnight Suns. It's from the creators of the XCOM franchise, a series that I absolutely adore. It had a very lukewarm reception when it was revealed, and it's actually been delayed until the second half of 2022. It's going to be a card-based tactical game. Now, personally, I'm not 100% sure what type of content I could actually do for this and how much content I could do, but being a huge Marvel fan and being a huge fan of the XCOM series, I'm looking to cover this, but what the content will actually be, we'll need to wait until closer to the time. But that is Marvel's Midnight Suns. We then move from Marvel to DC with Gotham Knights. This is out on October the 25th. We just recently had the release date for it. Looks to be primarily a solo game, but it's one that you can play with up to 2 people online. It doesn't have 4-player co-op or anything like that. It will be drop in, drop out co-op at any point in time in the story. Personally, I'm not 100% sold on this because some of the details I've heard about it have me slightly worried, and I'll perhaps do a video at a later date to actually expand on this. I'm sure it will be good, but I'm not convinced it's going to be an absolute classic in the same way that perhaps Suicide Squad will be, a game that I'm going to talk about later on in the video. But with this, from what we know about it, you will have gear that goes on characters, you have different skills you can actually equip, so video wise I'll be looking to do your usual build and also hero guides as well. The next game we have here was one that was originally due in 2021, however it's delayed to sometime in 2022. We're due to get 14 minutes of gameplay in the next few days, so keep an eye out on the channel for an update regarding that. It is of course Hogwarts Legacy. It's an open world action RPG set in the 1800s in the Harry Potter Wizarding universe. You get to choose whether or not you can be good or bad, which sounds really fun. It makes me think hopefully it'll be similar to the Rockstar game Bully. That would be absolutely fantastic if that's the case. You get to choose the particular house that you join at the start of the game as well. You can customise your character and you can upgrade your talents. I need to see more on this before I can actually decide what type of content I'll be looking to do, but again, this is a game that I'm very much intrigued by. The next game we have here is Last Epoch. It's an early access action RPG by a small indie studio. I reckon this game will absolutely explode once the full release comes around. I've already put in 500 hours to this on PC and I've barely scratched the surface of the game. It is PC only at the moment, but the engine has been built with controller support and crossplay specifically in mind, so I reckon this will come to consoles as well. The development team are absolutely fantastic with this. They regularly jump into the game and you can chat to them, and they provide in-depth updates on how development is going, and they're currently putting many major AAA studios to shame as well. The videos I'll look to do for this will include a beginner's guide for each class and subclass, of which there are 15 in total. I'll do a ton of build guides and general new player guides as well. This game really is one to keep an eye out for. The next game we have here will be a next gen only release. This is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. There's no release date for this at the moment, but there are rumours that it's actually been delayed till 2023. It's made by the awesome Rockstar Studios, that's the creators of the Arkham Batman games. It will be set in the same universe as the Arkham games as well, and there will be some crossover with that particular universe. It's 4-player drop in and drop out co-op. You can switch to the other heroes at any time. In the game, you'll have to take down a corrupted Justice League that are being mind controlled by Brainiac, and so far we've seen Superman, Flash, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman as well. They have stated it's not as a games as a service style game, but I have a feeling that if this is successful they will look to support it in a similar way that the developers of Outriders, for example. It's not a games as a service style game, but they have continually supported and released patches for the games, and they're looking to release updates for it as well. Exceptionally excited for this one. A little bit disappointed it has been delayed, but I would much rather it's delayed and it comes out a good game as opposed to coming out this year and not living up to the potential. Finishing up here, we actually have 3 games that are a fair bit off, but I wanted to include them in this video because I'm certainly interested in them. Firstly, we've got Marvel's Wolverine by Insomniac. That'll be pretty amazing. I've got no idea what content I'll do on it, but I'm fairly certain I will look to cover this. Also, staying with Insomniac, you'll have Marvel's Spider-Man 2, which is coming out at one point. That looks really pretty incredible as well, so I will look to do content for that. We then move on to a rumoured upcoming Marvel MMO now. We've been told this is from the creators of DC Universe Online. DC Universe Online is a game that is aged a fair bit now. It is, after all, 11 years old, but if we can get a Marvel game that has the staying power to stay around for 10 years plus, then I'll most definitely be happy with that, especially if it's an MMO style game as well, which means we'll have a lot of hero guides and a lot of build guides as well. So that's all the games that I will be looking to cover in the near term and also in the long future. Let me know what you think about these particular games in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this direction I'm looking to take the channel in as well, and thanks for tuning in for this. Stay safe and I'll see you all again soon.